Today agenda of our workshop is migrating all schema tables. You can say all tables into data lake. Already you know the process, how to load data from one table to data lake storage account. But here the problem statement is, I have 10 schemas. And each schema will have suppose 100 tables. Sir, please go mute. Huh? Suppose you have 10 schemas in our database. Under each schema, suppose some 20 tables. Now total 200 tables. So if you want to go in a traditional way, one table to another table, from one table to data lake copy, again next table to data lake copy. It's a 200 times that you have to run your pipeline, which is very costly in execution in terms of time, in terms of manpower also. So for this problem statement, the solution is.
Sir, can you mute that the other guy?
Oh.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
So Partha. What is the solution? This is what my problem statement. So for this problem, the solution simply parameterization. Parameterization at data set level. So actually the parameters can be given at linked services, parameters can be given at pipelines, and parameters can be at even what you call the data sets, and also at activity level. So especially in this workshop, we are going to deal this parameterization with the data set level. Because of this parameterization at data set levels, with a single pipe, you can migrate all tables data into your data lake. With single pipeline, can migrate all tables data into data lake. That is into your target container or target folder of your storage account. So for this, from scratch onwards, we will build this solution so that beginners can experience and experienced both can understand this. I'm going to take a fresh database instance. So already you know how to create your SQL instance. So simply I'm going to select this database. And please go to the query editor. I'm just logging into this. And I'm going to check for some tables. Already we have some table. Of course, only one table. Let's keep some multiple tables over here. Customer. So here only I have two columns, ID and customer name, and some sample rows are there. So let me prepare some data for this. So here, the default schema in Azure SQL, or even in SQL Server also, that is DB. The default schemas and the basic syntaxes and data objects from one database to other database is a little different. 90% of the content is same, but little difference will be there. So, which is your source? Based on that, you have to change some statements over here. Okay. First, initially, I create some tables into the default schema. So here I keep some sample data. I'm going to insert some data into this. It's for first row. It's second row, and one more last row I will give. Okay, this is table 1, and I keep other table also. I will insert some sample rows into this. That's first row. That's second. I have 3 rows. Okay, let's keep these 2 tables into DBO schema, right? And I want to use general organization maintains multiple schemas. I'm going to create another schema. Let's say this is a schema 1. I will create some samples into this. That's a tab 1 simply. I'm keeping ideas into it. And I will keep only 2 or 3 records into this. The table name is schema 1. If you don't specify the schema name, it will point to DBO schema. Okay, 3 rows under this. And again, going with a different schema. Schema 2. Let me go with the same thing. So schema 2 dot tab 1. Table name is same in both schema 1 and schema 2. Schema 2 dot tab. So now we have 3 schemas. One is default schema DBO, schema 1, schema 2. In this way, generally, what typical enterprise organization has multiple subschemas. Okay, I'm going to execute all these things into your query editor. I'm running. Create schema must be first statement in your query batch. Okay. Of course, there is some code here. Let me keep this. Still showing some error. Let me execute only schema one, sir, first. Schema one created. Testing with schema two. Schema created. Remaining script I am running. Okay. All the things are created. Please refresh your table. The table list. Under DBO, we have 3 tables. Under schema 1, we have table 1. Under schema 2, we have table 2. Total 3 schemas. Under each schema, multiple tables or single table, whatever. Just imagine in this way, your client has 200 tables with multiple schemas. All these things with one single pipeline, we need to load it to data lake account. Okay. So this is what our first step, just only the data preparation is ready. That means our input is ready. Now come to data lake storage account. Already I have some storage account, existed storage account I will take, sir. Yes, my big lake 1001 is existed storage account. And we have different containers into this. Okay, especially for our outputs, I will create a new container. Suppose a container name I am giving as workshop outputs. It is not accepting uppercase letter. Workshop underscore out. I think underscore also not accepted for the container name. Okay, I am giving all small cases. Workshop outputs. So this is my target container over here. Where it is, where it is. Let me check. Yeah, look at last. This is our container. All database tables I want to dump into this one. So please observe the steps. All inputs are ready. Step 1. Linked service for Azure SQL or for any source database. Okay. So this part we are going to do. To do this, I am going to launch adf32. I have one data factory instance already created. I am just opening that studio. Open. So to create my linked service, I am going to the manage. And I am going to create a new linked service for my database. This linked service is for Azure SQL. ls underscore workshop underscore MyD. Auto integration runtime I am using. Subscription is a free trial. The server name my server 9001. Database is MyDB. Already at the time of creating SQL instance, we give some user ID password or login. That credentials I'm giving. SQL admin. Password I forget. Let me try. Okay. I'm going to test the connection. Connection failed. This might be because of IP address issue. I'm just taking copy of this IP address. This IP address I will register into database firewall, server firewall. So that going back, opening the database again, database MyDB. I think this is not under this resource group. Here, that is under demo GR, demo group. Okay. So here I'm going to give firewall settings, allowing all Azure services and resources to access the server, and adding IP address. Sometimes your IP might be dynamic. That's why I'm fixing some ranges. Here I'm giving 00. Here I give that one. I'm giving up to 30. So this is not generally the developer work. Azure administrator will take care of it. So this is for like, let's say, linked service client. I'm just saving this. Okay, it is successful. Now check your connection. I'm retesting the connection now. Now connection successful. I'm creating. Don't worry about the notes. I share you this recording to all of you. Later you prepare notes and practice this. So your step 1 is successful. What is the name we have given, sir? I forget. LS workshop underscore MyD. This is our name. Of course, we did not apply any parameters over here. So step 2. Linked service for storage account. My storage is Gen 2, data lake Gen 2. So for this, creating a new. This is for data lake. Click on continue. Selecting the subscription. Storage account is my big lake 1001. And before testing the connection. Connection successful and created. So we did not give you a name for this. Let me give modify. This is for database. Recently we created this one. Okay, your name is not modifiable. Okay, let's use that same name, sir. Remember this name? Azure Data Lake Storage 1. This is our name. So this is our linked service name for the data lake account. Now, I'm just coming back to MySQL, that means SQL database, going to the query editor. First of all, I should know what are all the different tables and schemas available in my database. So for this, simply one query I am running. Select a star from. Okay, letters might be small. I will type over here in the notepad. Query editor. I'm giving the query select star from. My database name is practice DB. Of course, no need to say this. Under practice DB, the keyword is in SQL Server information schema. Information underscore schema. Dot tables. Got it? I'm going to just execute this query and check the output of it. It's not practice DB, it's MyDB. Database name is MyDB. The wrong database name I have given MyDB. So within this, in the output, you can check. Especially in the table schema, I just observed. They have sys schema, DBO schema, and schema 1, schema 2, all these things. And look at the last column, which is table type. The table type is a view or base table. I want to fetch only base table information. That's why here simply I will apply some where query, where class, where table underscore type, which is fourth column in the output, equal to base table. Only tables list will be getting in our schemas. I use this query. Again, practice to be applied. It's mighty. Now only the table list you are getting. You have totally 5 tables, sir. Under DBO, 3 tables. Under schema 1, 1 table. Under schema 2, 1 table. But schema 1, schema 2, the table name is same. Remember, these 4 columns we need to fetch from the ADF pipeline. So that's why to get a table list, I'm going to create a data set. This is step 3 and step 4. Create a data set to fetch table list along with schema. So for this one data set I'm going to create. All of you please observe. Come to, sir, online team, are you observing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So come to your studio. Go for your author. That is pencil icon. And I'm going to create a new data set for this. A new data set is for Azure SQL. Here Azure SQL database is selected and then click on continue. Data set name will change later. So linked service, okay. Here I am giving the data set name as ds underscore workshop underscore table list. Any valid name you can give. The linked service for this workshop underscore mighty. Sir, I am not interested about a particular table. I want all tables. That's why here I am not going to give any table name. Without giving table name, I'm just creating this. Create it. Please check it here. I did not give any table name. This table contains two things. So if you click on the edit, you can see the first one is for schema, second one is for table. Okay. Otherwise, you need to select a dbo.employee schema1.tab1 like that. You have to select your table. Okay, sir. For now, I am not doing anything. This is just my data set I have created. So here also, I am not going to apply any parameters. Observe this. Table is just created. Here, leave the table name blank. That means don't select any table name. The data set name we have given, what is the data set name? DS workshop table list. So this data set we have created. Already have checked some query. This query output I need it. To read data of a query, to read the data of a file, here you have a lookup activity. Now in the step 5, create a pipeline with lookup activity. To read data from query. Query means your step 3 query. Okay, I'm going to create a pipeline now. Sorry. New pipeline. The pipeline name is bulk load. Bulk load pipe. Just I'm minimizing that. And first I'm initiating lookup activity here as a first activity. In lookup, generally as input, we are giving data set name or table name. But here I don't give any data set or table. Data set means data set is physically attached with some table. But instead of giving table as input, I will give query as input. How to do that? Please check. Go to the settings. I'm going to select my data set. The data set name, just remember, workshop table list. DS_org workshop table list. Whenever you have given data set name, the data set is for Azure SQL. Immediately it is asking table name. I don't want to table, I want to use query. The previous query I will copy over here. The previous query, what we have given is this one. Let's say our database name is MyDB. This query as input to your lookup activity. Okay. So this query is producing 4 columns. First column, table_catalog, which is database name. Second column, table_schema. Third, table_name. The fourth, table_type. So from those 4 columns, we need only 2 columns. One is schema, second one table name. First, till now, check the output of it. I'm going to debug this activity. I will get only the first row because by default, first row is only selected for lookup. I click on debug. Still not it started. It's not a triggered. Please wait. Meanwhile, I will publish this. The debug is started. Please observe. Now status is in queue. Okay, sir. Status succeeded. Pipeline executed. Check the output of your lookup. I have 5 tables, but only it has given first row, first table. My first table in the database MyDB in the schema DBO. Table name customer. Type is based. Okay. I want all the tables. So just from your lookup activity, unselect first row. Now it will take all the tables. It will take all the tables now. Just observe. Once again, I am debugging this. It's on the queue. Okay, succeeded, sir. All of you check its output. Table 1 as item 1. Table 2, item 2. In this way, we have 5 tables, so that 5 items I got it. So no schema missed, no table missed. All the table meta information I got it. Okay. Now, I want to work independently work with each table. So I need to perform a iterative activity. So here our iterative activity is for each. Just till now, what happened? Create a pipeline activity, lookup, and give input as DS underscore workshop underscore table list, and unselect first row and don't select table option. Select query option. So these points you just remember. The query is above query, which is in step 3. So in step 3, yeah, already that is my DB. So this is what our step 5. And step 6, I am going to do. Add for each activity to lookup activity. This is the step 2. Step number 6, I am going to do. So for each, I am searching for the for each. Just adding that. I am correcting these two. Okay. Now for each related configurations you need to. So name, go to the settings. You have 2 options, sequential batch. Sir, I have hundreds of tables. If sequentially selected, after completion of first table, then only it will load second table. In this way, the process may be delayed. To make it parallel, you can go with batch. Suppose there are 100 tables, if you declare 10 batches, 100 divided by 10, 10. Result is 10. That means all the table sets divided into 10 batches. Under each batch, 10 tables are there. All these 10 batches will be parallelly loading into data. Of course, cost will be more for this.
Can't we go schema wise here?
Yeah.
Can't we go schema wise?
No, 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 no. Only you
schema
can
has-
go with, no, no, no. You can go with only output based on the lookup. Not based on schema, not based on table.
All right.
Your output contains only 5 items. These, suppose I decided 5 batches. 5 divided by 5, 1. Under each batch, 1 item. So using for each, you are not directly interacting with the database table or database schema. You are interacting with simply output of lookup one. Understood, sir?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah. Come to this. Okay, not this. Go to the for each. So for the for each in the items box, you need to configure which is input for this for each. What is the input for this for each? Which is output of lookup one. I am coming into that. Go to the add dynamic content. I need output of lookup one. At the rate activity dot lookup one dot output. But before that, a small thing. The lookup output is always in the field value. Your required information is available in the field called value. So that's why from this output, I don't want all the output. I want output of field value. Within that value, data type is array. Array has 5 items because you have 5 tables. I selected that. So here I am selecting sequential option because I have less number of tables. Okay, go to the activities because for the for each at least one sub activity should be there. In the case of activities, I'm going to select my sub activity. My intention is to load data to the targets. So for that, simply I'm using copy data activity. Got it? So these are the steps you need to do in the for each. The steps, what you need to do here in the for each. First, configure input, which is output of lookup. Lookup activity. Your lookup name is lookup one. To which field you have to give items field. So this configuration you need to do. So what you have to place here at the rate activity of lookup one, your lookup name dot output dot value. So this should be the input for your for each. Next, keep copy data activity as sub activity. In for each. This is the step 6 what you have done. Got it. Okay. I just kept copy data activity. Here two things are mandatory for you, source and sync. I'm going into the source. So step 7. Create a data set with parameterization for schema and tables. So the data set name I am giving as here ds underscore workshop underscore. Let's say all tables. This is the data set name I am giving. The two parameters I will give. One parameter is schema name. Second parameter is table. Because in the from the first item it has to take schema name and table name. Again, for the next iteration, it has to take the second schema, second table name, like that. So these two parameters I will give. Just observe this. I'm going to, before configuring the source, I will go to data set and I will create a new data set. This data set is for Azure SQL. And click on continue. Data set name we have given ds underscore workshop underscore all tables. Okay, this name. The linked service for this workshop MyD. Here I don't give a particular table name because at each iteration dynamically one new table to be applied here. That's why for now I'm not giving any information over here. Simply click on OK. Okay. Now come to the options. All of you high concentrate here. There is an option called parameters. Two parameters I want. One parameter for schema, another parameter for table. The first parameter I'm giving schema name. I'm not giving any value over here because value to be passed from pipeline. And one more parameter here, table name. Okay, just declare two parameters. Okay, let me write the steps for your notes purpose. Don't give table name while creating table data set. Okay. Once data set is created, go to parameters. Add below parameters. These parameters are this one. Now go to connections. Connections tab of your data set. Okay, come on, go to this. I'm going back to the connection. Here it is asking table name. So click on edit. Two boxes are there. First one is for schema, second one is for table. What are the previous parameter we have created? We have to use that. Okay. Configure below at table. Number one, @ data set dot schema name. Schema name is a parameter. Number two, the second box, @ data set dot table. This is our second parameter. Just no need to remember this. Just observe. Just click on tables, the schema part, schema box. Here add dynamic content is there. Just click on this. Already we have created previously have created some parameters. Select schema name here. Just check it @ data set dot schema name. Click on OK. Right. Now in the place of table, again click on add dynamic content. Here select table name as parameter. @ data set dot table name. Save OK. Got it. Now runtime, the values to be passed into these two parameters from the pipeline. Okay, now we just created a data set with parameter. In the first iteration, table 1, in the second iteration, table 2, on that way it has to take. Otherwise, if you have 5 tables, 5 separate pipelines you need to create. Because of parameterization, with single pipeline, you can perform all these activities. So this is what our recent data set, that is the DS workshop, all tables. Now your step 7 is completed. I need one more thing for the target. which is step 8. One minute. Step 7. Create a data set with parameterization for schema and tables. Data set for input to pipeline. For source data set. With parameterization for schema and tables. Now I am coming to step 8. Create a data set for sync. Again, here in the sync also you cannot fix a table name. Every time one new file to be generated, your sync is in data lake. Okay, sync is in data lake with parameterization. So the parameter needed is, let's say, table name. Not table name, file name. The file name should be like this. Schema name dot table. On that way, the file name dynamically has to be created. I'm going to do this activity now. I'm going to create a new data set for the sync. New data set. This data set is for data lake. Gen 2 I selected. I want it as a delimited. For each file, I need header. This header should be the structure, that is the schema of your table, the structure of your table, as per the columns. Data set name, ds underscore workshop underscore. What we said, the data set name here previously. My big lake. Go to the containers. Workshop outputs. For this, we need to create a data set. So simply I'm saying outputs. Selecting the linked service, which is the recent our creation, Azure Data Lake Storage. The container name I am selecting. The container name, workshop outputs. But every time one new file to be generated. So for now, I am not giving any file. For this file name, I will apply parameter. I click on OK for this. Now come to the parameters section. Here I am adding a new parameter. That is file name. Value I am not giving for now. Just come back to the connections. Here file name I need. Got it. Here the file name I need it. So what file name we will give? Just wait. So here simply I will call dataset parameter only. From the pipeline we will pass value into this one. Okay. Now two data sets we have. One data set is DS workshop outputs, another data set DS workshop all tables. Okay, the data set is created as step 8. And step 9, from pipeline. configure source data set for copy data. I'm going to do this now. Sir, before going for this, look at this is your source data set. It is expecting two things. One is schema name, second one is table name. Two things it is expecting. These two things should be passed from your pipeline activity. That's why coming to the pipeline. This is high level view of your pipeline. Under for each you have copy activity. Under copy activity you have source. Selecting the previous data set, which is the DS workshop all tables. DS workshop all tables. Observe here it is asking two parameters. From where these parameters have come from the data set. The data set level we have defined this one. Schema name and table. Got it. How to pass value to this schema? Just observe. Just click on this. Add dynamic content. This copy activity is a part of for each. Under for each current item it has to take. That is item. Under item already observed four fields. That means four columns. The first field is table underscore catalog. Second, table underscore schema. I want the table underscore schema here. Dot table underscore schema. Okay. So that thing I have configured here. From that item, I have taken table schema. Next, I want to take table name. Just click on add dynamic content. Item dot table underscore name. This is for the table. Just these two things are configured. Got it. Now your source configuration is ready. Now your step 10. Same from the pipeline. Configure sync data set for copy data activity. Please observe. The sync data set is workshop outputs. He is asking you file name. See, this file name should contain two things, sir. Suppose my database, the file name should be like this: dbo dot table name employee. Like this. The first one is schema name. After that, I need dot. After dot, I need table. The center thing is single file. So for this, I will take the below expression. Observe this at the rate concat out. First, I need table name. Sorry, schema name. To get the schema, item dot table underscore schema, comma. After that, I need dot, comma. After that, I need table name, item, dot, table underscore. This entire thing as a single expression. Now, I will place it here. Just check it. The place of file name. Click on add dynamic content. Just give your query here, your previous expression. Okay. Just click on OK. Now that is configured over here. Now all steps are done. Now step 9, step 11. Publish the pipeline. Step 1. Execute the pipeline. Your migration will happen. Please check it. I'm going to publish now. Publish. The publish completed, so and click on debug or add trigger. Just I am debugging. Please observe the status. Look up succeeded. So first table is already copied. Three tables already done. Totally 5 tables we have. This schema. 4 tables. One is pending. All tables completed. Okay, now check the data output. You should have 5 tables with their schema names. Come to here. Workshop outputs. Previously no data. Now the first table dbo dot customer name. Second table dbo dot department. dbo dot employee. Schema 1 dot table 1. Schema 2 dot table. So till now we have done just a migration. Especially in ADF, we are going to work with the style of ELT. Till now, we have executed EL. Once data come to here, what are the transformations you want to do? Perform the transformations and finally load it to the target. Okay. A small thing here. One simple pipeline. I will show another pipeline over here. Data already came to my data lake. So here, some independent data sets I am going to create now, especially for employee and department for these two things. Okay, please check it now. I'm going to create other data sets here. A new data set. It's for data lake. Gen 2. Delimited. Workshop underscore employee. It's for our first file. So storage account. In my file, first file is header. Here I am wantedly fixing the file name and the file path. So my required file is in workshop outputs. So this file I am selecting. Sorry, not customer. It's employee. I have selected. This is for employee. One more data set I am creating. Data set. Yes. Sorry. Still it is into the data lake. Gen 2. Delimited. Continue. The file name dataset type ds underscore workshop underscore department. Same linked service. The file path so this time department file I am selecting. Oh, sorry. The first line we need it as header. I forget that option. I'm changing that. So first one as header option I'm selecting. Okay. Data set is workshop outputs. I want to write it to workshop outputs. So into this file only I will write it. Just observe. I'm going to create a new data set. Okay, already we have a data set for this. I'm going to create a pipeline. Before pipeline, I will create a data flow. A new data flow. Source, one more source. So first I will switch on data flow debug mode. It will take time. That's why before configuring the data flow, first I will switch on data flow debug mode because it needs a Spark cluster. Okay. For this source one, I will configure employee file. So the output stream name of this one is I am giving as EMP data set. What is the data set name? DS underscore workshop underscore employee. The data set I have. And second, okay, this is just for source one. Do the same thing for source two. Here department, which is second point. It's for DEP. Data set name DS underscore workshop. The DEP answer. Only the source have been configured. Then check in the projection. So it is not previously published. That's why still column 1, column 2, column 3, something like this. Okay. I'm going to add a join transformation. So for this join, the input, the left side, left string is employee, right side is DEP. So for now, I am applying inner join. Inner join. And one more thing, we forget what is the joining column, joining condition we did not give. Left side column, DEP2. Sorry, department number. Right side. Okay, first column, I am selecting as column. Okay. So based on what column the joining should happen, you just have to. After that, I will add sync for this. In the case of sync will be the last. Sync. The sync related configuration, the output data set I am going to select. Let me select some existed one. Okay, simply workshop outputs only I am selecting. Okay, this is our output directory previously we have created, but here it is using some file name kind of parameters. I don't want to use this. A fresh thing I will take. this department page. Right? Let me create one more thing. Like creating a new data set. It's for data lake. Delimited. DS underscore target apps. Target 100. I think that name was there. Yes. Same Azure data lake storage. The output I need header. The file path. I will select only the container name, which is output. I click on go. Okay, data set is configured. Sync is also configured. Now go to the settings of the sync. I am clearing all the previous files. That's why I clear the folder. Generally, whenever you submit one data flow, the backend cluster is Databricks for the execution. Databricks, the Spark is the execution program. The Spark will write output in the form of partitions. So that's why I want all the output to be in a single file. That's why I'm going to select some file name options here. Under file name, just look at here in the last output to single file. I selected output to single file, but single file should have single partition. I am setting set single partition. Okay. I'm giving some file name over here. The file name I'm giving emp dep. Okay. The remaining as usual. I'm not touching remaining options. I just publish this pipeline. Pipeline published. It's not pipeline, sir. Only data flow is published. I'm going to create a new pipeline. The pipeline name is I'm giving just a test. Here I'm going to drag data flow activity. In that data flow, from the settings, I'm going to use previous data, which is data flow 1. Now publish it. Pipeline is also published. And running this. Just check it, sir. It's in the queue state. Still in progress. Look at the, go back to storage account. Check your output. The file name we have given empdep. Check the content of it. Because for the second data set, the columns are not mapped over perfectly. We did a mistake. After that, even we modified it, that is not perfectly configured. So please do rectify this. I will use a fresh data set. Deleted. Yes. Workshop. DEPT2. Linked service set. First row header. File path. Workshop outputs. And department. Okay. In the previous pipeline, just open the previous pipeline, go to the data flow, open our data flow, come to the sink, not the sink, come to the source 2, in the place of source 2, I will change my data set. Yes, workshop DEPT2. Just check the projection. Now column names are perfect. Okay. These changes I am publishing. Validation model failed. Fix it before publishing. The data expression type is not compatible with the left side. Expression string. Join one has error. Okay, might be error in the join. Just we have changed this one here in the EMP. Just check it. There is no error here. Employee data set. Error is at join one. Left side already EMP is selected. DEPT is selected. So here in the place of column one, because in the previous we set column one. Now just going for expression builder and selecting DEPT department number. This is employee dot department number. Automatically it has taken that one. Save and finish. Department to department mapping we are expecting. And publish this. So still in progress, sir. Okay. Now just go back to our pipeline and debug this. It's in queue now. Okay, it is succeeded. Just come to outputs, your output container, the file name empd. Check our data. Now data is perfectly copied. So this data later you can load into your Synapse table and you can query in different styles. Don't worry about the Synapse. Already I have shared all the videos of around 12 sessions of Synapse and 28 sessions of ADF related things. Okay. If you are new to the ADF, please go ahead. But almost all the people who here they have touched with this ADF attended my previous sessions. Okay, please, if you are new today, please go ahead with my videos of previous session. So this is like what exactly the agenda of our today class. So what exactly the benefit of this parameterization we observe in this task? There is no parameterization. There are 100 tables, 100 separate pipelines you need to create and you need to schedule it. But that is generally will not happen in the real time. They might have on-premise database or cloud database, whatever it may be. If it is on-premise, integration runtime is different, which is self-hosted. If it is cloud, that to Azure cloud, auto integration runtime. And remaining part with lookup, we have collected all the table list. And finally, you have dumped into the table. But table names, schema names dynamically to be applied during pipeline running. That is possible only because of this parameterization.
So I have one doubt.
Yes, sir, you can go ahead.
Yeah, suppose if my source have the parent-child relationship, I want to load the same type of relationship in my target as well. Suppose the target is database,
Yes,
source is database.
yes.
If there is any dependencies are there, so how can we load as per the dependency?
Yeah, definitely dependency will be there. So in this case, suppose you have employee table in the source. You have department table in the source. Okay. But in the target is a table, not a data lake file. First of all, whatever the tables you have existed in the source, these tables with the same schema, that means with the same structure, you create in Synapse level.
Okay.
Understood the point, sir?
Yeah.
But for the source, here data set, linked service is different. For the target data sets, the linked service is different. But schema is same, database name is same. Sorry, schema is same, database name is same, everything is same. Suppose schema name is my schema. Here also select my schema. Only liquid service will be changed. Remaining simple. Got it.
No. Actually, my question is like, suppose if I extract a whole dump for each means everything will be dumped to the target.
Yes.
But before dump, I have the relationship. No, first it should load department, then employee.
The relationship in the target with same 100 tables, whatever the relationship you existed in the previous. Table designing to be there first of all. Suppose run a script man. Suppose script one, table one creation, table two creation, the table three creation. What are the relationship you want? Just provide all the things and run in the Synapse level first.
Okay.
Understood. After that, run the same pipeline. Run the same pipeline with parameterization. But in the previous example, for the target, you have given only one parameter. But now in this case, in the target, give two parameters. So one parameter for schema, another parameter for table.
Okay.
Before running that pipeline, make ready of all the tables.
Yeah.
Of all the tables. Suppose there is one more solution for this. You don't want to make ready of all the tables before executing this pipeline. Got it? Prepare a stored procedure for that. Call this stored procedure. So this stored procedure is finally for to create tables in target.
Okay.
Call the stored procedure from one of the activity of your pipeline. After completion of that pipeline, execute lookup activity. What you have seen in the previous. Understood? But this is very bad idea. This kind of model is called ETL kind of migration. But for bulk volumes, this is not recommended. You have to go for ELT style. In the ELT, you are going to use data lake as stage. That's why first initial step, migrate all the data into data lake. Once the data reach to the data lake, perform different transformations and finally load it to your target Synapse or some other thing.
Suppose in ELT, if the target is database.
That's what I said, sir.
Okay.
Especially
Create
in
the
the
scripts.
cloud, especially in the clouds. Especially in the clouds, don't go for target directly as database.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, use data lake as stage. Got it? Because suppose your target is Synapse tables, but in the Synapse table, what type of distribution that they are using? That is one important. And what type of indexes that they are using? That is another consideration. How many indexes are there? That is another next important consideration. If you are trying to load 1 terabyte of data, if there are multiple indexes applied, if the hash distribution is applied to the table, Synapse table, what will happen? Your loading may take even 1 day time or 2 days time. Got it? That's why to which table you want to load the data, keep round robin distribution for that table and try to suppress all indexes for the table. Once data has been perfectly loaded into the table, for the next level, rebuild the indexes.
Yes.
Okay, such kind of guidelines you need to follow. Suppose if your client has asked directly load strike without using the stage into the target tables, but that is very bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
All of you, thanks for attending this session. This session recording I will share you by evening 4 p.m. sir. Till evening 4 p.m. I need to attend other sessions. So by 4 p.m. I will be free. So meanwhile, just who attended this session, just ping me WhatsApp. Okay, I will share you the recordings. Sir, please keep these recordings. These recordings are not outsourced. Okay, these recordings are only for who helped me for this workshop. So keep only this one. So like this in the next weekend, again I come with a different real-time scenario. So next week I want to come with the incremental data loading for the implementation with ADM. That with the multiple tables we will consider here, especially today's session will be the input, will be the prerequisite to attend this incremental data loading. This is also one of the regular activity in our ETL operations. Let's see on next week, sir. Thank you very much for today. This workshop related recorded session I will share by evening 4. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.